Welcome to Hustle System. My name is Mikhail, and I help people master their mindset, build a better business, and help you live your life on your terms. In this video, we're going to talk about order of consequences, a critical concept that comes down from Ray Dalio of Bridgewater Associates in his book Principles. I wanted to expand on that quite a bit here. As always, before we dig in, please click the subscribe button down below this channel so you can be notified when I upload more videos. And if you've already subscribed but have not yet clicked the notification bell, please click that bell so that you can get those notifications when I drop more fire. Order of consequences. What is this all about? Okay, this is the reason why 90% of people's lives are terrible because they don't understand this concept. Everybody wants step 5, but nobody's willing to do the 4 steps that lead up to step 5, right? Everybody wants to be a millionaire, but nobody wants to focus on the small wins and the process that it actually takes for you to get there. So as we go through breaking this down, what I want you to start thinking about is, where does your own psychology fail you in your ability to get the results that you want in your life? Okay, so order of consequences is actually pretty simple. All it is the domino effect of your actions and decisions. So let's say, for example, you want to get in good shape. Well, what you're going to want to do is, fix your diet, start exercising, and then get good sleep, right? It's pretty simple. Our bodies are just like these biological machines where if you do the right inputs, assuming you have the proper biology, you don't have something terribly wrong with you, you're gonna get a certain outcome. And yet, time and time again, you look around and it looks like society is getting progressively in worse shape, less focused, more genetically altered foods, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So what's happening there, right? The average person says, oh, I'll get in shape. And their first immediate action creates the domino effect of all the future actions. I'm actually working on a new theory called the microvarient theory and the microvarient matrix that is going to help you make better decisions and get better outcomes in your life. This is something that's in process, and when it's released, I will let you know. But it's made a phenomenal, exponential impact in my personal performance and in your performance, and it's based on like one of the pillars in that is this concept of the domino effect of decisions. Because if you want to get a certain result, okay, so you want $1 million, or you want to be in shape, or you want that significant other, well, there's a sequence of steps that you have to take in order to get there, right? A sequence of opportunities and doors that you need to open in the right order in order to arrive at that destination. Just like if I was to tell you, hey, we want to go to New York, right? Right now, I'm sitting here in Los Angeles, California, and we want to go to New York, okay? What is the probable list of steps for us to get to New York, right? We're gonna want to order an airplane ticket, then we're gonna want to, pack some stuff, get in the car or an Uber, get to the airport, go through those sequence of steps through security, get on the plane, and then lo and behold, we will find ourselves in New York. Well, results in life are no different. And I think people complicate their results-oriented actions in this way where they don't understand the fact that by making a specific decision, you have decided to not make other decisions. So if you want to get in shape and you wake up in the morning and you have a donut, you have made a conscious decision to not have a salad and to not get in shape. You're actually saying, I don't want to go down this path. I'm going to choose to go down this path. And so my goal with this video is to have you start thinking about your order of consequences of your actions, because those actions and the order of consequences of those actions is what results in the result of your life, right? AKA, if you provide value, if you make a positive impact in people's lives versus a negative impact, that's going to create much different results than if you create a negative impact, right? And so right now, what I want you to do is kind of pause for a minute. And I started doing this, and I thought I was pretty dialed in. And again, this is where I started developing this microvariant theory. Huge progress as soon as I started doing this. I thought, okay, I'm pretty dialed in. And then I checked Instagram. And then I was like, oh, cool, I got some DMs. I responded. I closed my phone. I set it down. I worked for a couple minutes, and then I checked my Instagram again. Got DMs back, responded, set my phone down. And I looked at my hour, and I asked myself, of that hour, what % of time did I spend on Instagram? And then I started looking at my screen time metrics for the week, and it is terrifying, the amount of time that we spend on just the social media aspect of it. Now, this perpetuates itself further into other areas of our lives, right? Let's say you wake up and you spend your first 30 minutes in bed. Okay, nothing wrong with that. But what else could you do with those 30 minutes? And how are those 30 minutes contributing, right? Are you waking up? Are you checking your Instagram every morning? Again, that's a micro decision, okay? And this is what this whole new theory of performance is going to be based around. We're pretty good at macro, and I'll be breaking down macro as far as having proper diet, proper rituals, proper systems for task flow, etc. These are all things that are relatively easy to break down and master, but these micro decisions are much more difficult because you have to control 3 different things. Okay, and this is where we start getting into some awesome content. So if you watched this far, congratulations. Number 1, you need to control your attention. What are you paying attention to? What thoughts are you having? Are you sitting, like, you ever have that where you take a shower and you're just thinking about stupid stuff that doesn't matter? Okay, I do it, everybody does it, right? But what if during that time you were constructing and architecting a system in your mind that could then help you drive performance further? What if you were thinking about how to deliver more value for your clients? What if you were thinking about how to manage your team better? What if you were thinking about how to exponentially increase the amount of impact that you're making in the planet? How would that look in your life instead of thinking about Game of Thrones or whatever it is that you're thinking about, okay? So again, microvariant. First part is the attention aspect of it. What are you paying attention to? Right now, as you're watching this video, are you thinking about some other stupid stuff? Are you thinking about pizza? Are you thinking about these other things? And I'm going to constantly throw these little things at you that are meant to trigger your dopamine, like pizza, because everybody likes pizza, and it makes you kind of want a pizza. And that's the hard part about this first step, is you have to redirect your attention away from the cheesy goodness, 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 because we keep getting hammered, right? Like on Instagram, you go, there's a bunch of hot chicks, a bunch of cool cars, a bunch of cool houses, and it makes you feel like you have it because it triggers the same level of dopamine as if you were seeing it in real life. And that's the problem, because your attention now goes to things that are outside of yourself that are not contributing to you actually attaining those things. Okay, so again, microvariant. What did I do? I put my phone away. I said, I am not going to check Instagram. And I'll break down the decision-making portion of this in a different video, and I'll break down the whole system over the next couple months here for you guys because it's still in development, but I'm noticing massive differences in my output as I am applying these principles. Okay, so number 1 is attention. Number 2 is decision. Again, microvariant. What are the small decisions that you're making? And I'm bringing this to a very microscopic level of, am I making the decision to go and do X or do Y? Okay, so I'll give you a very simple example. Okay, I work on my laptop a lot, and there's a couple of different options for what you can have auditorily happening while you're working on your laptop. Okay, option 1 is you can have music. Option 2, you can have podcast. Option 3, you can have audiobooks. Option 4, you can have the TV going in the background as kind of background noise. Option 5 is you can be maybe on a call with somebody. Okay, those are kind of the 5, or 6, you can have silence. 7, you can have like binaural beats. There's arguably, an 8, you could do like a meditation music kind of thing. But again, I kind of put that in the music category. So I started asking myself, okay, while I am working, of those 8 variants, right? Those are 8 variants. Again, I call it microvariant because these little tiny things add up, they cascade, and they create such a massive ripple effect that we don't even notice it because they're so small, right? Oh, you checked Instagram. Oh, you check Instagram. But then you look at your screen time settings, you go, whoa, what happened there, right? It's easy for us to get away with it. It's not like we're having the whole cookie. The way I visualize it is like, it's not like there's a thing of cookies. It's like there's a thing of M&Ms. And you can kind of sneak an M&M. You're like, oh, no big deal. Nobody noticed that M&M. But then if you sneak a bunch and you're like, whoopsies, right? So you got to be kind of careful with these little microtransactions that you are making in your own life. So then I'll ask myself, okay, as I am working, what is the most effective thing for me to have in the background? Well, let's talk about that. Let's say I'm writing sales copy or writing a sales page or managing. Okay, well, I used to have TV on in the background. I used to put on like a great show, and I found that very relaxing, and I found that I could work for a very long period of time because I have something that's kind of distracting a little bit there, and it feels like, there's something else going on. But I also found that my output of work was significantly less than if I turned on something like liquid drum and bass in my headphones, specifically headphones, not just in the room. So now I'm saying, okay, whenever I sit down, I'm going to have one of 2 or 3 variants. So out of the 8, I'm going to eliminate the following. I am not going to have television on. Okay, I am not going to have an audiobook on because it's too distracting. It conflicts with the copy. Okay, so that means audiobooks are now limited to other things that you do, such as workouts, runs, etc. Drives are great, right? Podcasts also kind of disqualified. Okay, what are the things that allow for optimal state? Binaural beats, music, and silence. Okay, so those are the 3 variants, and again, microvariant theory, that I'm going to add into the workflow here. And this applies to every area of your life. It's so crazy when you think about it, because everything from something as small as reacting to texts, reacting to messages, reacting to emails, right? Our attention just gets gobbled up. Again, I mentioned that first part is the attention. If you learn to control this and contain it and say, nope, I'm only giving my attention to these things, and here's my decision-making formula for what I give attention to, you're gonna notice a massive clearance of your bandwidth, of your mental capital, and you're gonna be able to create more content, you're gonna be able to be more effective, more efficient, get more results. The second is those decisions, those little tiny decisions of, do you order a pizza versus do you have a green juice? And I tried this the other day. I ordered a pizza. I was like, you know what, let me see how much this actually affects my life. Okay, I'm pretty dialed in. Let me see how much this actually affects my life. So I ordered the greasiest possible pizza just to test this, to see if one decision can have a cascading effect, okay? I was planning on filming videos. I ate the pizza. Instantly, I was not filming videos. I was watching a movie. And then right away, I was like beating myself up for not filming the videos. And then I get stressed out because of that. And then I go and so it creates this cascade effect of you make this one action. This is why this video is important, because with this order of consequences, you have this cascading effect. You make one action and it affects everything else all the way into the future. And that's what's so crazy about it. That one decision to order a pizza now has completely cascaded not only my entire day, but you know what happens the next day? You wake up, and usually I'd wake up really, really tight, ready to rock it in the gym. I go in the gym and I'm like, oh man, that pizza is knocking me out. And you know what? I don't work out quite as much, which means the endorphins don't trigger quite as much, which means my body doesn't feel quite as good that day when I go for my team meeting, which means now my team's not as bought in, which now means they're not going to perform at the same level that they need to perform in order to get value from my clients, which means now my clients aren't as happy. And on top of that, it means I'm not as happy because now it's more stress and more pressure. So just that one decision of ordering a pizza probably has 150 other orders of consequence. Again, the title of the video is orders of consequence that happen as a result. So again, with microvariant, number one, attention, number two, decision, and number three is action. Okay, because the decision and the action are linked. If you decide to order a pizza, the action is that you're gonna pick up your phone, or you're gonna go on Postmates, or you're gonna do whatever you need to do to get that pizza there. And that's a great place to catch yourself if you fail at the other levels of it. If you're going through and you're like, gonna order the pizza, and you've decided you're gonna order the pizza, but then you go and you say, you know what, I'm not gonna act on that. I'm not gonna act, I'm gonna revert back to the decision. I'm gonna go back, instead the action that I'm gonna take is I'm gonna redecide, I'm gonna go make a green smoothie, and then I'll revisit. And once you've had that green smoothie, you feel amazing because it's loaded up with high value, high vibration nutrients. All of a sudden you're like, why would I ever want a pizza? That was silly. And then here's the magic. Here's the magic, okay? Follow along with me. If you've watched this video so far, congratulations, because I'm gonna give you the tool to exponentially optimize your performance for life, forever. Okay, here's the magic. You never go back to that pizza decision. That's the key. That's the hack. That's the secret sauce, is you figured out you don't want it. So now you have a no. You shouldn't even have that thought anymore. Remember I mentioned attention? Your intention should glide right past the pizza now. Your decision, it shouldn't even trigger that decision, because you've already made the decision that it's a default no. It's just like if you threw a puck down the ice, it's just gonna roll through, right? It's not gonna stop at every little, micro atom of ice. It's just gonna roll over it. And so that's the way that you start to hack your mind and hack your decision-making process. And that's the basis of the multivariant theory that I'm building out, is this idea that you've eliminated that as a possible point of attention, point of decision, and point of action. And what results is, number one, because you've eliminated the micro decision, okay, on the action part, you find yourself not taking the wrong actions. You find yourself taking the right action. Because you've eliminated on the decision part, you now have all this extra bandwidth in your mind to be able to do other things, right? And because you've eliminated it on the attention part, you no longer have to rely on willpower. And this is huge. Once you've mastered this, again, I'm gonna say this again, the key, the secret sauce is, once you said, I want the pizza, you went, you had the smoothie, you said the pizza was definitely a bad idea, you never go back to that decision again, and your attention should glide over it. That's the exercise for this. Allow your attention to glide over the decisions, right? The desire to go to the nightclub at 1 a.m. to go get wasted. For me, it doesn't even come to the decision phase because I'm not even aware of it as a possibility. It's not even it's not even in the realm of like, if I was to like look at things that my attention focuses on, my attention glides over it. It glides over it smoothly. So now instead of having to rely on willpower, instead of having to tell yourself, I won't order the pizza, I won't order the pizza, I won't order the pizza, right? That drains you, that drains you, that drains you, that drains you. Eventually your willpower gets drained and now you don't have the willpower to resist it, and so you order the pizza. That's why we have an obesity problem on this planet, okay? Because of this concept. People aren't able to master it. They're not able to control their attention. As a result of not being able to control their attention is focused on the wrong things. They rely on willpower. Eventually that willpower fades, and then that affects their decisions. Then they make the decision to make the action. They're not able to stop themselves because they don't have any self-control. They take the wrong actions, and it creates a spiral effect because now their attention is focused back on the negativity of those actions, and as a result, they take more negative decisions, more negative actions because that's where their attention is focused. But if you train yourself in your attention to focus on the proper things that are going to contribute to that end result that you want in your life, that's where you're going to start triggering positive orders of consequence. If you want to be a millionaire or a billionaire, now you can reverse engineer and say, which are the yes actions to this? Okay, there's a specific set of actions that are a yes, right? Invest money, grow businesses, offer value. These are all yes actions. Go spend frivolously, throw money at the strippers. These are all no actions, okay, for that specific outcome. Again, everybody has a different goal in their life, right? So if you're looking at it that way, you go, okay, those are the yes actions, these are the no actions, those are default. My attention doesn't even go there. My attention goes here. As a result, my decision making is based entirely around this sphere of actions. See, this is where the magic comes in, because once your attention is focused in the right place, you no longer have to make decisions about anything else. You're able to make decisions about the things that actually matter, and as a result of that, your actions are only in the sphere of things that actually matter. And what happens? You end up creating a positive order of consequence. You do the first step, and then what does that do? That opens up two other doors, right? And you go through door number one, that opens up two other doors. You go through door number one, that opens up two other doors. And all of a sudden, you've taken 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive actions that actually bring you closer to your goal. And that's how you get the results in your life that you want. So this is something that's kind of new for me. I've been practicing with it myself. It's very unique. There's other elements to this theory. This is one of the pillars of it. But I am finding my personal performance and the performance of those that I give this theory to and train them on it completely skyrockets, okay? No longer are you relying on willpower. No more guesswork. No more having to wonder whether or not you're going to slip from those positive habits and routines, because once you've controlled the attention, nothing else exists. That's the magic of it. Once you've managed to master this, nothing else exists, and your order of consequences, like Ray Dalio talks about, ends up being very, very positive, because now you know, here's what I need to do to get to step 5. I'm going to do step 1 right now, and that's all that you're focused on. Nothing else exists. You're able to put your attention in the right place, make the right decision, take the right actions, and as a result, get the actual outcome that you are going for. So, pretty intense video, pretty hardcore, pretty high-level stuff. But if you've tracked with me this far, I want to congratulate you. Maybe go back through it, maybe write it out. I'll be giving you guys diagrams, walkthroughs, decision-making matrices, all of these things in coming videos in the future, because this is a process that I am developing together with some other people that are really into biohacking, really into growing companies. Really, really high-level inputs are going into these ideas that are meant to optimize our performance. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. You've been amazing. Hopefully this has made a difference in your life. Hopefully you understand it. If some stuff goes over your head, don't worry, you can always revisit, but take a moment today, right here, right now, and ask yourself, what is the action that you're gonna take right after watching this video? What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be to open Facebook? Is it gonna be to go get a pizza? Is it gonna be to go get something else? And that's where you gotta catch it. You gotta ask yourself, where is your attention going to wander as soon as you close this video? As soon as I stop talking, as soon as I tell you to subscribe to the channel, as soon as I tell you to go check out our mentoring program, as soon as I tell you that you are freaking awesome and amazing and we love you to death, and to tell you to watch the next video, what are you going to focus on? Where's that attention gonna go? Is it gonna be to check your Instagram? Is it gonna be to check your Facebook? Is it gonna be to check your email? Or is it going to go into those reverse engineered, results-oriented actions and destinations that you really should be focusing on? Something to think about. Again, I appreciate you. Got lots of love for you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. As always, this is Hustle System. My name is Mikhail. I help people master their mindset, build a better business, help you live your life on your terms. You are freaking amazing if you watched it this far. This high level stuff, it's amazing. But man, if you want to clear your mental bandwidth, have clarity, never rely on willpower again, and just simply get the results that you're after, this is the stuff. Love you, appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.